Well, the journey of meeting some great national heads and international personality continues here in the National Research Conference in 2018 in SIBM-ASMA Hyderabad. So I have with me Mr. Ravi Makhija. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's flown all the way from Indonesia and taken a part in the last 2 days of this wonderful conference. Let's ask him, so what's your take on this platform and how do you feel about it?
I believe this conference about social media and also about, I guess it's very important. The reason why, because India is known for technology, and I believe from an academic perspective, not many things are actually happening on social media. So I guess this conference is a really good conference because it gives you a lot of insight from an academic institution perspective, also for students. And we had some interesting sessions yesterday where we could see where hacking is so easy. And of course, we are talking about a lot of things. We are talking about having everything on digital. But at the same time, I think this conference is just not looking at the positive side, but they're also looking at ways and means on how to make sure people understand, the pros and cons of it. But of course, that's the goal. We have to move ahead. But at the same time, they're trying to create an awareness of how to, take safety measures as well. So I guess it's a pretty comprehensive conference, and I really hope that this should go ahead with which probably this is only for 2 days, but I guess this happens more frequently because I was speaking to Mr. Swapnil Jain, and he told me that this is the second conference, and I really hope more and more to come.
Well, we hope the same, sir. But now talking about the culture of Indonesia and India collaborating together on digital innovation, what do you think is going to be the result, and what's the future that we look at?
Okay, if you ask me. India and Indonesia, of course, culturally we are linked through decades. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shah Rukh Khan and all the Bollywood, of course, needs no introduction in Indonesia. But having said that, when it comes to the digitalization, I would say Indonesians are one of the largest user of social media. I can tell you the students there probably, if they are sitting and eating something, they'll say, I'm eating a burger, it is spicy. They'll give you all the descriptions about it. So because social media is used much more abundantly than Indians, and that's why in spite of a population which is probably 1/5 the size of India, one of the largest user of social media is actually Indonesia. So I guess everyone is using social media there, but then like what I used to feel that I understand social media and I'm using it responsibility, I don't think so. I think coming through these conferences, we realize that actually we are exposing ourselves quite a lot. We are doing many things which we actually don't understand. And I guess these conferences give you a good insight about what are the do's and the don'ts and what are the things you can do in a better way, in a much more responsible way. And I guess what we are looking at in India, Indonesia is that we should be looking at bringing ASMA to Indonesia. Now that is something we have been just briefly discussing about it. But I guess it has a huge value to the community there because they also should realize that yes, social media is the way to go ahead, but you need to know how to use it.
Well, so true, sir, and so do I agree with you on every word that you spoke. ASMA needs to be there, so we are definitely assuring you that we could have an ASMA conference in Indonesia very soon. So all you Indians and all the Indonesians watching us on digital networks, please get in touch with us with your suggestions and views, and we'll be happy to accommodate any recommendation, suggestion which we could into our perimeters. Well, this is Samir Patel from ASMA, and stay tuned, guys. We've got some more interviews happening here.